J9 here, bringing you a floor stretching workout. You will need a thick mat or thick carpeting to help your bones stay safe. And things I want from you are awareness. If you don't feel it, nothing's probably happening. So I will make an effort to mention where it is that we should be feeling things, what we should be feeling, what we can do to get some of the subtle nuances a little bit less subtle. And listen to your body always. Hopefully you're hydrated, drink plenty of water, but prioritize your needs. And if you know there are moves you shouldn't be doing, don't do them. So let's get started. You can do this with shoes on, you can do it with shoes off, doesn't really matter. So let us come to our mats. We're gonna cross our legs to start. So I'm gonna be your mirror. We're gonna start with the left leg down, the right leg on top, cross-legged. If you want more, bring your foot to your shin, but flex your foot to protect your knee. Maybe you can come up a little higher. Maybe it's early in the day. So wherever you're at, ground those sits bones, take a deep breath in, find length, and then maybe walk your hands away and find a forward fold. As low as you can comfortably go is perfect. Let's be mindful of that chin tucked in so our neck is spacious. And just breathe deep and slow, allowing gravity to help you here. Finding space where there's maybe resistance. And allowing your body to just soften in its own time. Now with this workout today, there's no real pressing need for you to be staring at the screen the entire time. Just listen to my voice. That way our neck stays nice and safe. One more breath. Let's walk those hands in and press upright. Let's just take this into a side bend. We're going to inhale both arms high. Let's anchor the right hand down to the ground and reach across. Now anchor the left sits bone so you have a really big arch. We're going to press the left ribs even further towards that wall. You can push into the ground with your right hand. And if you can, dive deeper. Breathe. Feel. You should be stretching down the side of your body, anchoring that sits bone. Breathe deep. One more breath. Take a deep breath. Get a little more space. Exhale. Can you dive a little bit further? And then come on. From here, let's take a Z sit. So make a Z with your legs. You might even want more out of this. We're going to go for the quad stretch here. So you can turn to the side. Less aggressive is knee more to the front. More aggressive is knee closer behind you. So grabbing onto your ankle. And if you're to the side, it's the same thing. You're just going to bring that in. Maybe turn to face the side. And again, if you need more, bring that thigh further back behind you. Let's see where that can take you. Heel into the hip. Square that right hip forwards. We're stretching down the front of the thigh. Just breathe, allowing your body. It's like a negotiation that you're trying to accomplish with your body. Your body has its own thing going on. Your mind has its own thing. Sometimes they don't always line up. So just allow your body to show you what's okay, and then invite a little more if that's what you feel is necessary, but never force. One more breath. Gently release, and let's repeat on the other side. So this time, left leg's on top. Flex that foot if you're choosing a higher option. So we want to make sure we can lift tall through our spine. Let's take a deep breath. Reach high. Use that space to fold forwards. Maybe just your hands are on the ground. Maybe your elbows can come to the ground. But keep the chin tucked in. Nice long neck. And just breathe. If your body wants to fidget and wiggle, please take that opportunity. That's all part of the negotiation and working with our body. Letting gravity help. One more deep breath. Come a little deeper with that out breath. And let's gently roll on up, using your hands for support. Left arm side, right arm high, deep breath again. Side bend, anchor this hand to the floor. Push into the floor to reach your ribs to the side wall. And this time, let's try to open the heart a little bit higher to the sky. And then dive deeper. Breathe. Feel. Is your sits bone anchored on the right? Do you need to push it down? Breathe in fully. Let it feel satisfying and allow softening to happen in its own time. One more breath here. Maybe get a little more height and length. Exhale, come a little deeper if you can. And let's release. Find that Z sit. So, flipping this top leg, you should feel comfortable. You might already have a stretch going on. Otherwise, you might be bringing that leg further back. You might be feeling that if you have a tight hip flexor, but we're coming down here with this. So grabbing the ankle, if you have a pant leg, that'll work too. Maybe the loop on the back of your sneaker if you have one. So if you don't feel this, rock this left hip forwards a little bit and see if you can't come into a deeper quad stretch. Pain is not our goal. If you feel pain, stop, back off, and reassess. Let's breathe. Again, just softening and letting gravity help. One more breath. And let's release. Let us swing both legs to the right and lay on back. From here, we're going to cross this front leg over the back and flex the foot. Now, two options. We're going to press through the thigh, and you may already feel a stretch. If you do not, curl up and reach through that window to grab the anchored leg and then pull it with you to lay back down. All the while you're pushing this knee a little bit further away and flexing the foot to protect the knee, and then see where you can soften. You might get to pull pretty far. Of course, if you want to and you're able, you can always grab your shin. Take a deep breath and just notice where that tension is happening. You might feel it down your leg, you might feel it in your hip. Breathe deep, nice and full. Get heavy every time you exhale and soften. One more time, deep breath. Exhale completely, let go of that leg. We're going to slide these thighs closer together, and we're going to drop the knees to the back for a spinal twist. Now, if you need to scooch your hips for better spinal alignment, please do. Feel free to anchor heavily with a hand on top of that thigh, and we're twisting. So if your knees are going away from me, you're opening back up towards me. Anchor this left shoulder, push down to the right with those knees. If you want to add your neck, make sure you have good alignment here. So tuck the chin in, and then take your gaze following your arm. Every time you breathe, feel more space along the lengthened spine, like you're getting taller. And exhale, again, letting gravity help. Let's take one more deep breath. Oh, so good. All right, strong abs to lift those knees back up to midline. Bring them up, and we're just changing sides, starting with that crossed leg. You open wide, flex the foot. You might be pushing wide. If that doesn't get you to someplace interesting, right? It should feel juicy. Curl up through that window, grab the grounded leg at the thigh or the shin, And then take that leg with you, letting gravity help. Right? Gravity's not always our enemy. Well, I know it's a mixed bag, right? So breathe into that hip, down that thigh. If you're not feeling it, then pushing this bent knee a little bit further out. Are you truly letting go? Take a deep breath. And every exhale, you're letting gravity help. Finding more softening and surrender. One more breath. Gently release that leg. Let go of that thigh. We're going to cross more snug. Drop those knees down to this side. Even if you have to face those knees, that's okay. Anchor that, and we're working on grounding the shoulder the other way. So big reach. And if you want, include your neck with your gaze over to your arm. Now, something to try. After you're anchored and your shoulders pressing into the floor, if you still want something else to play with, try taking your sits bones down to your heels, just creating a little more space in the low back, and notice what that does for your stretch. That may change your experience, it may not. Breathe deeply one more time. Feel the space and the lift through your spine. Exhale, let gravity help wring out the tension. One more second or two. And gently release, roll to your side. And let's use our arms to press on that. All right, let's lunge. So from here, if you need extra cushion for your back knee, you can always fold up your mat if you have one, or use a pillow if one's handy. So, right leg's gonna come forward, the leg closest towards me. Make sure your knee is lined up with your ankle. From here, that back knee is grounded, and we're gonna slide it further back if possible. So take up the length with your legs, and we're going to just stabilize. And when we come sitting into this, we drop through our hips. Our knee does not pass our toes. And we're feeling into the hip flexors, so the front of the hip, that underwear line. We're nice and heavy. Just breathe here. You might need to support on the floor. If you don't quite feel this, draw that front hip back and that. Oh, that's going to be confusing. Front hip back and the back hip front. Drop heavily into your hips towards the right. How's that? Just breathe, and if you need more, slide your foot even further back. That's almost too good. If you have pretty good stability, or if there's a wall nearby, you can always come up higher with your spine, tucking under with the pelvic tuck. You're going to get a little bit more. So low might be where you're at. If you need more, lift up with your spine, starting from here with that tuck. All right, moving on. Let us shift all that weight back. We're going to keep this leg long in front, hips come back, flex that foot if you want to involve the calf. If you don't, that's okay, you can keep your toes down. But we're definitely pressing that low back forwards to the spine and breathing deeply. Let your nose fall to your knee. And if you need a little merciful bend in the knee, that's okay, but make sure you're feeling something interesting. A little bit of protest is okay, pain is not. Breathe. Every exhale, soften and get heavy. Who feels like they can be here all quarantine? Just keep breathing. Allow your body to lengthen with every in-breath and soften with every out-breath. All right, gently, we're going to change sides. You may plant those hands and bring that mid back. I know some of us were kind of stiff. We might need to walk it back. Whatever it takes, whatever works. Honor your body. Left leg is in front. That knee is going to be right over the foot, not past those toes ever. And we're going to slide that back knee further back. If you need to double up for cushioning, please do that. But heavy through the hips. And remember your options. If you want more, you can lift up tall, but tuck under. Where we're going for is right here. If you're wobbling around and feeling unstable, definitely find a wall, a chair, or just come down with your hands. Just breathe and feel. All right, let's shift all that back. So you can flex the foot if you need to. You can keep it pointed, doesn't matter really. Whatever works for your joints is perfect. So shifting back. Foot might be flexed if you want that calf stretch. Otherwise, toes are down. Maybe you have a soft knee here if you're feeling real tight. If you're screaming on the inside, I'd say that's kind of something to listen to. That's no longer a negotiation with your body. That's a hostile takeover. So listen to that screaming. Let's start with that low back. Can you press from your low back, but let it go? And let that length kind of ripple up through your mid back, your upper back, even your neck. As you tuck your chin in to release the back of your neck and breathe. Feeling down your hamstring, the back of your leg, and just softening with every out breath. One more breath. Make it big and juicy, make it count. All right, let's walk that foot. Maybe it walks back. Maybe you can just bring it back. You might want extra padding for this. It depends on what you have going on with your joints. If you feel pretty comfortable, this is kind of a big move. So we're coming into an adductor stretch. Knees are going to be wide of hips like a goalpost. Your ankles are straight down from your knees. Flex the feet so your arches are supporting on the floor. And then take these elbows right under your shoulders. And we want to zip our abs on. So a nice flat back. And we're going to gently allow the adductors, the inner thighs, to soften and widen. If you want to, shift your weight forwards and shift your weight backwards. Slow, very slow, because these are very tight. Did you notice? This is the one people are usually screaming on the inside. The abs are on. We're just sliding with a flat back, putting more weight into our elbows and more weight back into our hips. And as you open up, maybe your knees come a little bit wider. Honor those openings and shift as you need to. Abs are still on. We're still playing with this weight shift forwards and backwards. This is again a good reminder that stretching and flexibility is a practice in patience more than anything else. So try to shift that relationship from I'm a victim and my body is doing this to me. And remember that it's more of a negotiation. Your body's doing what it can. Are you paying attention to what it's capable of doing? And let's gently, safely narrow up the knees to come out of that. And I'm just going to turn to the side because I have more video span on that. Child's pose. So knees can stay parted wide, toes together, heels together, arms out front. We're going to take our hips all the way back and just settle in. Arms are long out front. Your forehead may rest on the floor. And just melt heavily into this pose, allowing it to be passive. Now, if your joints don't allow you to do this fully, you can always cat-cow instead. That is up to you. You don't have to do both. You can if you want to. But cat-cow, you're going to start in firm tabletop. Your wrists are right under your hips and your knees are, well, your wrists If your wrists are under your hips, that's a different pose. Your wrists are under your shoulders, knees under hips. I'm a little too relaxed. And abs are on. We are going to C-shape the spine. And I know I'm more flexible in my upper back than my lower back, so try to work on a more C shape than what maybe I have going on. Tuck the chin into your chest and don't look at me this whole time, remember? And then go the other way, arching. Really show off that low back arch. And arching again. And if you're done with child's pose, you can jump on in and join us with cat-cow, or just playing with length through the front of the spine. And reversing. One more time for those who just joined in. Breathe deep. Let that feel amazing. And gently come to neutral. And just for fun, let's look over the left shoulder to the left hip. And go the other way slowly to the right hip. And let's do that again, 2 more times each side, looking to the left, C-shaping side to side with your spine, shortening rib to hip if you want to. Last time through, breathing and finishing up. Good job. Let's face the front. You can roll up to a standing position if you don't like sitting on the floor. Again, just because I'm limited with what I'm doing with my video here, I'm going to stay seated. So, once you've made your way to standing or you're sitting comfortably, let's go for some arm work. So, reaching up with a big breath in, let's clasp our hands and bring it behind the head. Now, don't push on your head. For our triceps, we're going to pull over to one side. So I'm using one arm to help get the other arm going. So the tricep is the back of the arm, and we're breathing. And if you want to, maybe add a side bend if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't go there. If any move doesn't feel good, don't go there. Just send me your hate mail like I know you guys love to do. Your stockpile, you're waiting. It's been a while since I've gotten any hate mail. So pretty sure you guys are sitting on some letters for me. And let's release gently. Neutral arms. Let's reset just to give them a break. Wrist roll 3 times one way. And let's wrist roll 3 times the other way. Breathe. Ooh, that feels like Rice Krispies are in there. Come wide again. Open that chest and take it over. Inhale tall with that elbow. Don't push on the head if you can help it. And then side bend if you want to add it. And just breathe. Slow and deep. Oh, that just feels so good. Let's take one more deep breath. Lots of length, lots of space, nice and tall. Exhale and release those arms. Let's come up and wide. And let that go. All right. Right arm, take it across. Take the other arm, fold it in above the elbow. Let the shoulder fall, and then just see, where do you feel that? Back of the shoulder? Do you feel nothing? You can open up your hands if you want to. You can do more wrist rolls. I like doing fireworks myself. As a massage therapist, my hands get real stiff, so do my wrists and forearms, so you might often see me adding little things like that. If you've got hands like me, which I know a lot of my members are crafters, or pianists, or musicians. So yeah, always good to include the hands, which are often neglected. All right, let's reach wide and take the other side. Inhale, exhale across, fold it in, and really feel that shoulder drop into place and find a little length in the back. And either wrist roll or explore your hands. What feels good? Breathe. A little less aggressive, a little more subtle for some. All right, let's get into the upper back. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to break it down. We're going to open wide both arms. We're going to flip palms to the back. We're gonna take our right arm on top of the left. So if we were to go from wide backs of hands, then we flip right over left and hold your own hand. Aww, social distancing. We're gonna inhale tall, exhale, round through your spine, knuckles towards me, tuck the chin in, and really stretch the shoulder blades wide. Take 2 more full breaths in, spreading the back of that heart space. 1 more breath. With your exhale, release and roll on up. Let go of your own hand and flip left hand over right. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, round and drive the knuckles forwards, letting the shoulder blades spread for 3 full breaths. One more breath, guys. Almost done. And with that exhale, gently release and roll up, stacking your spine. We did the back of the heart, let's do the front of the heart for the chest. We're going to take these hands and clasp them behind, driving the knuckles down to lift the heart space up. So if you're looking straight up, that's probably an exaggerated neck. So again, be mindful of this alignment with the chin tucked in. And if you need to know what that looks like in the back, I'm just taking my hand, and if you want a little extra, give a little space between your spine and your wrists. And breathe deeply. Let your collarbones widen and soften. 1 more breath. And gently release. Now whether you're seated or standing, maybe part your feet if you're standing, really ground if you're seated or standing. Soften the shoulders, we're gonna engage the neck. We're gonna bring our right ear to our shoulders, so your nose is pointing towards me. Feeling down the opposite side of your neck, take a deep breath. Let gravity help you release here. 1 more breath. And with that exhale, turn your nose down. Notice how that takes the stretch further back in the neck. And take another breath or 2 here. Okay, next inhale, we prepare to move. We're gonna roll through to the other side. So inhale, exhale, bring your head through, tucking the chin into your throat, not drop down to your chest. All the way over, nose towards me, ear to shoulder. Feeling space and stretch happening down the side of the neck. And every out breath, we let gravity help. Let's turn the nose after this next breath. Aiming down to the ground. Ooh, taking further back into the posterior neck. 1 more breath. Find a soft smile, we're almost done. And then exhale, tuck the chin into the throat, make that double chin. No one's looking, you're at home. Rolling through all the way, ear to shoulder. And then bring your head up, up, up. And just check in. Let's take the shoulder rolls. Big breath. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that again. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, really push the shoulders back and down. Don't just let gravity kind of help you with that. Make that a little more effortful. Let's extend that breath down through our arms, sweep them overhead. Big breath in and up, lots of space and lift. Exhale, hands to thighs, and let's roll the spine down. And roll it back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Find your spine rolling down and up. Last time, big breath. Exhale and roll it out again. All right, great job. Please return to j9massageandbeyond.com/fitnessfromhome for more videos. These videos are free, so please forward them to anyone who might benefit from them. or who you want to torture with them. Yeah, just hope you're doing great. See you soon.